the sovereignty of Uganda was sold long ago when you engaged yourself in heavy debts which are supposed to be paid.
No video gina kuba yabagezimuko olunaku olwaliro era njagala ogiwa obudde obuna agitegeera nkugambye hi pressure yeyongedde mu State House ya His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni ogenda kumbuza ate batyaho obadde okimanyi Miriam ngono y'omu kuba human rights activists abakyasinze amaanyi mu Uganda kyamukoze olunaku olwaliro. Oh my god, obadde okimanyi Uganda bagitunda dda yonna n'eggwaawo. Bikwetedde mu maaso awo video eno soko gimpereka like munankyukakyuka naawe ayagala eggwanga lyo Uganda. Video gimpereka like watana subscribinga wegete ku mukutu gwaffe guno olunaku olwaliro nga bwe nkugambye omukazi oyo yamanyikidwa nga Media y'omu ku ba human activists abakyasinze amaanyi wano mu Uganda. Video natabukira President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni sagala gendayo nnyo, yagala kubeera very practical in this video. Kyova njagala obiwulirize ongamba olowooza no mukyala owa President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni anaasobola okufuga eggwanga Uganda mu myaka gino 6 gyeyeewa mu nsoko emu erabireko kubanga bannayuganda sibanga okunga banyiivu otuuka kweno level.
By our grandchildren, by our children, the sovereignty, you are slaves to other nations where you borrow money. Now what sovereignty are you now relating to sovereign Uganda here? Go and fight the debt and free Uganda and the sovereignty will be there. Please don't shut up and close Ugandans. For us as Ugandans outside there, we cry and mourn for our nation. And when you came out with this bill, the hurry, Kwago called it fast tracking. Me, I'm not good in those English. I speak the local one. Me, I say the hurry, the speed with which you were running with it created an impression in our hearts that there must be ill intentions behind the bill. And that's why we all raised and said, no, enough is enough. We must talk for ourselves. We must discard the fear and come out. Because some of us, the word of God says, if the one in me is greater than the one in the world, why should I fear? Now, having said that, thanking you for allowing us to talk to you. Since you are representing the whole parliament, we want to appeal to you. We want to appeal to your heart, to your emotions, to your conscience, to know that Uganda is for all Ugandans. All Ugandans. I don't want people to say the opposition said this, the other opposition. When it relates to Uganda, the law that is being made, Ugandan citizens should be central to that law. Whatever law, whatever policy, whatever things, whatever procedure, your focus should be Ugandans as human beings, not Ugandans who are in the other party or the other party. The other parties come and go, but Ugandans live. Uganda is for Ugandans. Put it at the center of your heart as you go to make this law. Really, you are not hearing from, you all know, each of you knows what this law will make. It seems to be aimed at particular, specific individuals, but in the end, it will cover all of us. I want to pray that God may reveal himself to you, members of parliament, because we have nowhere else to go except him. That's why we are calling upon him to visit all of you in your parliament, so that he may agree with us that you reject this bill. Amen. Because there is nothing good in it as of now. Because if you were to amend it, maybe you will just erase it. And so we are praying for you. That the Lord may visit you specially to redeem Ugandans from this patronage and enslavement of Ugandans to become helpless and useless. Thank you very much.
Alright, binga tubitadde ku mabbali omukulu amanyikiddwa nga Archbishop Mugalu ebibye si birungi. His Excellency Robert Kyagulanyi oluvannyuma lw'okubeera ng'agamba aba students ba Harvard Anglicans ab'enjawulo nti nno omukulu ate mulooza teyatya okufa. Awo wennyini nnyini abasinga ne bagamba nti nno oyo tasaanidde kubeera Archbishop era leeta bagenda gisindikira Archbishop akyakulembedde oba akyasinze mu ba Anglicans wali e London. Wano vidiyo eno njagala tugiwe obudde kubanga mulimu bingi ebyokuyiga. Njagala owulirize engeri His Excellency Robert Kyagulanyi gya presentinga mu speech ye ebyadala olabira ddala nti ono ye president asaana okufuga eggwanga Uganda. Era Uganda empya tunatera okubeera nga tugirabako si ku zino sayinizi zetufuna hannaku zino eno. Bwe tana subscribinga simanyi kikyolinda subscribinga wegatteko mukutu gwaffe.
We have in Uganda the Interreligious Council. This is supposed to be the highest moral body that holds people morally accountable. Unfortunately, and with so much respect to them, I see them in the firm grip of the dictator. These are people that, sworn in Idi Amin. These are the same people that legitimize a dictator that murders people for fun, that mows people on the street. And you won't hear them calling them out. It became even more unfortunate about 2 days ago when the Archbishop of the Church of Uganda came out under so much social media pressure and said, yo, I'm not here to save you. I operate otherwise. I don't operate like John the Baptist, because John the Baptist ended up being killed. You understand? I don't have to talk about everything. Some things need silence. Now, this is silence in the face of oppression. It brings back nostalgic memories of religious leaders of yesteryears like Desmond Tutu, who said, if you are neutral in a situation of injustice, you've chosen the side of the oppressor. If an elephant is putting his foot on a tail of a rat and you're neutral, you've chosen the side of the elephant. I mean, back in Uganda, we have a great religious leader. He was the Archbishop of the same church during the days of Idi Amin, and he stood boldly and criticized the excesses and extrajudicial killings of Ugandans by Idi Amin. He was killed. Today we have a day in his honor. And this is the morality that we are taught, to speak truth to power and not fear. I mean, we are taught that blessed are those that live for truth, because the kingdom of heaven is theirs. But our religious leaders don't seem in a rush to embrace the kingdom of heaven. It disturbs me. We are told to emulate Christ. Christ spoke truth to power and even proudly took death. That's why we look death in the eyes, and we are ready to face death, because this is what we are taught. Historically, all great men, Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, and others, they were killed for the truth. And today they are heroes, and we are told by our moral leaders that that is the way to go. Unfortunately, the same people are telling us that, compromise and don't die. So that has, in a great, great way, affected not just mine, but the belief in religion. As I conclude your question, when you're asking, it brought back, I'm sure many of you have read Dr. Martin Luther King's letter from Birmingham jail, that noted that the young people then were slowly losing interest in the church, because the church seemed not to be as moral as it had to be. So for now, I'm not shy to say my religion is truth. My religion is love. My religion is uncompromising truth and equal rights for every human being. Equal rights. Yeah.
Alright, binga tubitedde ku mabbali ate mulowooza omukulu Omwanga Kivumbi tebamuzizaayo. Baani abamuzizaayo? Ambekwetedde maaso awo omukulu Honorable Joel Ssenyonyi asobodde okubeera nga abikunyonyola mu bulungi. Vidiyo njagala tujja obudde ongambye ebyadala bano abaana abato be basibye, babasibira ki? Imagine balina okubeera nga bali ku masomero era taamu basobodde okubeera nga bagimisinga cause of no reason. Ebyadala simulina kumanya oba bajajezi bano balya mmere ki? Sooka olabe.
Katusuubire wakati twagala eno message etuke ku bakamabe office of the DPP. Waliyo ne DPP omupya Mr. Anguzo sikiwa nti yino enkola gy'oyagala abantu bakumanyire ku ofiisi yo nti ensonga za kooti zitwala ng'ez'okusaagirira musindisa omuntu tamanyi kigenda mu maaso kati gwe teebereza abantu be bawaabira basindise balooya ne bajja mu kooti tebamanyi kigenda mu maaso fayiro tebagirina kati obuuza ekkola ki mu kooti bwe buzibu buliwo naye kati subire nti ofiisi ya DPP ejja kutwala ensonga eno ng'enkulu omusango bagubalemye baguggyemu interest withdrawing mateeka kituyita no prosecute we no longer have an interest to prosecute kubanga biganye ne bagezaako okufumbafumba